Hi, everyone. Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It is Wednesday, and that means we have another Crime Stoppers Day. And excited to have Captain Aaron Pembleton with UNLPD in the building today. Captain Pembleton, we talked back last month. And, school had just kind of started then, and now we're kind of into the...
We're in the swing of things. We're in the thick of it. We are. We are definitely in the thick of it, and everybody's trying to figure out, how do I play this game of college and stuff like that. And so we've met a lot of them, some of them on good terms, some of them we've had to educate, but that's our role, right?
That's right.
We try to educate them into maybe this is not a great decision, and let's do better next time. So,
yeah. Let's maybe not do those things. Again, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, sometimes you just got to turn them a little bit and point them in the right direction and let them go.
Let's put the rudder down. Let's go to this side, and we'll figure it out. We'll go. But it's been good. It's been good so far.
Yeah, it was homecoming weekend this last weekend.
Yep.
You guys had the parade. Everything go off. I didn't hear anything, so I'm assuming everything went well.
Yep, the parade was good. I actually got to drive the lead police car to drive the trade, so that was super fun.
Did you get to ride with the Clydesdales at all?
I did not. I saw them, but I did not get to ride with them. I was up in our ops booth trying to direct the rest of the 70,000 people moving around. But it looked like a good thing to see. And, they came in and out. I didn't realize how big of a unit together that was. Like, they came marching out, and I was like, that's a long train of horses and stuff. Like, I've seen them, like, singularly before, like a Clydesdale before, but all hooked up and pulling that. Just the sheer size of that wagon is also something to behold. Like, it was pretty interesting. Yeah.
But hopefully you've got 2 bye weeks, or not 2 bye weeks, but 2 road games.
2 Yep.
Next 2 weeks. So hopefully maybe things a little quieter maybe for you guys next couple
hopefully
weeks.
Everybody takes a big deep breath, and then we'll be back here in a couple weeks for Northwestern. Yeah, and then Halloween. Yep.
All right. Well, again, if you're new to the program, again, we like to hang out and just kind of talk about all sorts of random things.
Yes,
but
whatever comes to our mind.
But we do have a couple cases that we want to talk about today. Again, we have some clues, but we need some.
Are you playing on the blues?
I wasn't, but it could be. That was just a happy accident. That was a Bob Ross there. Happy accident.
Yep.
But we need some additional information. And so 2 cases, one today, and again, I always like to remark, whoever puts these up on Crime Stoppers does an excellent job of naming them.
Maneri should get some credit, but I don't know if it's always him. I think some of it's his interns
or Becky or who it is over there.
But they are pretty clever.
They are.
Yes.
And so this one is titled on today's episode of Bluey.
Yes.
Beloved character.
Yeah,
and you'll see why here in just a second. But this was a scooter theft.
Yes. It's 2025, and so the e-scooters are becoming more and more and more prevalent. And so they're a little bit different just shaped-wise, and I think that leads to some of the issues that, unfortunately, some of our patrons on campus don't lock them up because they don't know how do I secure this, right?
Because it's not like a bike.
So
it's a scooter.
It's a scooter.
How do you lock up a scooter?
Exactly. So we're still trying to figure out how to educate our populace on how to make them safe. But if you walk around campus, there's unfortunately, some of them fold up pretty small, so you can just take them with you. Others not so much. So sometimes they just get left, and then this individual might know that or just took advantage of that situation where there was just one left there and decided, well, if it starts, I'll ride it off.
And this was not like one of the Lime scooters or whatever that is a rental that you can take and then leave wherever you want.
Yep, this was
someone's personal
a black
scooter.
Segway 9-bot, so doesn't look anything like the Lime ones, doesn't have any like QR code to scan to start it, doesn't have any of that kind of stuff, not even the same colors or anything like that, and is definitely nothing that you could confuse with the Lime ones or the Bird ones that are downtown. Yeah.
And so this individual here, it sounds like you guys caught on camera.
Yep.
Sticky fingers with not one, but actually 2 scooters.
There's 2 scooters that, she came riding in on one and then found our victims and ended up riding off on that one. So, and we don't have it on Crime Stoppers yet, but this individual came back yesterday or the day before and has a 3rd scooter.
Oh boy, okay.
That they've sticky fingered and walked off with. So we definitely want to talk to this individual, but with some of the photos that are out there, very good face shots. So if you know this person, we want to talk to them about this. Again, something identifiable. I would say, just by the looks out of it, a little bit older person to have a bluey backpack.
A little bit, yeah.
You know, maybe, but not. But again, has a bluey backpack on, but has been back onto campus. Same headphones and that kind of stuff. And so, but if you know this person, we would love to talk to you and figure out who she is, so we can come
be
say
like,
hi.
Hey, here's the Lime app.
Yeah, right.
You can download it,
this,
and then you can just scan, and then you don't take other people's scooters.
Right, yeah, and then we don't have a victim sitting over here going, "Where's my scooter?"
Exactly.
So, yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, and so Captain Pembleton, if someone does know something,
yes,
in which manner would you prefer they reach out to you?
Well, we always like to talk to people, so they could call us at the 472-2222 number, or they can text us at 402-472-5552. But if they are interested in the ward, they can't just call us directly, so they have to go through the Crime Stoppers website or the app, the P3 app, to get us the information. Again, it's anonymous if you do it that way. You don't have to, if you're the roommate of this person and you're like, I don't think she should be doing that, but I don't really want to dime myself out, we don't show up and say who it came from. We just say, hey, we have this information. We want to talk to you about it. So again, that would be a great way to let us know who this person is, and we can come handle our business, and everybody can move on down the road.
And I'm assuming, obviously, you can correct me if I'm wrong. You're not going to put this person in jail or anything.
No,
they're going to get a ticket, and then we're all going to go on our way.
It'd be just a misdemeanor theft ticket, even with the multiple levels or multiple times of it. It's still just misdemeanor, so it would still be like, hey, as Bill said, get the Lime app. It would save everybody some headache.
Scan that QR code right there,
and then ride happily around downtown.
Have you ever tooled around on one of those?
I have not limed yet, or Bird. I have not done it. I've ridden scooters before, but I have not done the ones that are downtown.
I did one in downtown Omaha. My wife and my two kids were there, and I have an 8-year-old, 9-year-old. I think they were like 7 and 8 at the time, and they were like, "Dad, that looks like a lot of fun." And Mom was sitting there, who has a medical background as a nurse, and she's like,
"Cut it out!
Get off the scooter!" Like, it's just too much fun.
Yep, they are. I remember and earlier in my career when we first got our Segways, I was interviewed by the Daily Nebraskan about them, and I made some comments in the interview about how they were fun.
Yeah.
And our chief was not very high on that because at the time, he was like, "We are professional and they're not for fun." And I was like, "But they're kind of fun to ride."
Fun. You guys still don't have Segways, do you?
We still do, but they're not used. Again, we've had them for years. I think a lot of the batteries are dead, just because of use and recycle and stuff and they don't make that version anymore, so we can't get new batteries for those, and we have not updated them.
Well, maybe I know what you're going to ask for Christmas this year in the department budget. Like,
dear Santa,
2 new Segways, please.
Right.
That would be a lot of fun. Okay, and so then the other crime we have to talk about today, again, unfortunately, this is something we talk about a lot on campus, but again, kudos to the Crime Stoppers folks who came up with the title, "I'm wheelie tired of bike thefts."
Yes, wheelie tired.
Another bike theft.
Yep. Unfortunately for the victim in this one, they necessarily didn't lock the bike up right. How do you lock? That's what we always tell people to get, but they just put it through the frame, and then it didn't. I think when they went to throw it on the rack, didn't actually get it through the rack. So this person was able to just, not that it's their fault that the bike's gone, but again, made it somewhat easy for this person to kind of ride by. This individual came by twice, looks like a middle-aged white male, does have long hair. We have other video of him when he rides by. The hair is actually out of the back of the cap, so you can say he's got some shoulder-length hair that he ends up putting up in some type of man bun and then covering it with the hat. We think does have some facial hair. It's a little grainy on some of the camera, but it does look like he's got somewhat of a goatee that comes down. Wearing some light camo pants, had some Adidas shoes. Had a backpack, rather large backpack when he came by the first time, but it didn't really have anything identifiable with it.
Okay.
Like no logos, no nothing like that we could really determine what
color.
It was. Yeah, pretty plain color. He ends up ditching that and then coming back and walking in and getting this bike. This occurred on the 25th of September around 1 in the morning. Probably the most identifiable things about this is maybe the bike he took. Had an aftermarket phone holder and some very bright pink aftermarket handle grips. So if you had someone that's in your neighborhood, apartment complex, something like that is now the brand new owner of a Specialized white bike with some bright pink grips, I don't believe that belongs to them, and maybe you could give us a call, and we'd love to come talk to them about it.
I was gonna say, I would imagine you guys probably don't really believe too much in coincidences in law enforcement.
Yeah. Excuse me, long-haired white male that has a new Specialized bike with pink grips. I don't think that's yours.
And
Contact
so this was
Captain Pembleton.
This was just outside of Bob Devaney as well.
Yep, the Devaney Center. Yep.
I bet it was a student probably going to watch the volleyball game.
It was actually one of the staff members that works there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She rides her bike in quite a bit and threw it in there and then came back out. And now, unfortunately for her one of her main points of transportation is gone. And so that's kind of a sad. So then she's out a set of wheels, if you will. So
yeah.
So again.
Nope, you first.
If you have any information on that, please get a hold of us at one of our numbers that's on the screen. Try the LincolnCrimeStoppers.com app or the the website or the P3 app. That way we can go out and maybe get some of these items back for our people on campus that are missing them.
Yeah, 100%. I always really like that we can text you guys.
Yes.
On there.
Yep. It actually gets used quite a bit, and our again with technology. We have a lot of people on campus that come from a lot of different places, and with that Convey app, we can actually translate and do different languages. Nice. So if English isn't your first language and you're like, I want to talk to the police, but I don't really know how to verbalize this, you can send it to us, and then if we can get with you and say, well, could you rather send it in whatever language, you can type it out in that language, it translates it, gets it to us, and now we know exactly what you need. So it's a pretty sweet system.
That's super cool that we're able to do that.
Yep.
Because again, especially if you're English as a second language student, you're probably a long way away from home.
Yes.
Right now.
And we definitely want to try to make you feel comfortable. So if you can get to us, and we've used it not even in a text concept, but like we've had people just come into our front counter, and we were like, "There's no way we can communicate verbally because they just don't know enough English, and we don't know enough of their language." And so it's like, hey, we have this app, so we can just
type it out.
Yeah, we just start using it right there in front of them, and we're like, here, can you language? And they pick it, and then all of a sudden we're off, and we're getting what we need, and they get what we need. So it's awesome.
There you go. All right, and so one last thing we did want to talk about too is that coming up here, just a couple weeks,
trivia,
it's a month.
Yeah,
trivia night.
About a month from yesterday, the 7th, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So
November 7th.
If you're a sleuth and you want to come out and test your trivia knowledge, come out and hang out with us, and it's a great fundraiser so we can keep the Crime Stoppers app running and doing what it does, and it should be a great night.
It will be a ton of fun. It's going to be at the, what's it called, the
Masonic Temple.
Yep. I believe, kind of downtown there. Table of 8.
Yep.
So we're trying to book it in kind of groups of 8. If you don't have that many friends, you could do 4, and you're going to get paired up with maybe
another group. Maybe
make 4 new friends.
Right, make 4 new friends, and maybe they're really good at some trivia that you're not good. What would be your forte? If you're going to Trivial Pursuit, are you like history, geography, sports and leisure?
I'm probably, I think I would do well with geography.
There you go.
Have you ever Sporkled before? Sporkle's a website where it just has random quizzes.
Okay. I have to try that.
And so I would always Sporkle, and you can name all the countries of the world.
Oof.
And so sometimes, if the weather was quiet, in the evenings, I would Sporkle, and I would always do the countries of the world. So I think I could do geography.
There you go. Nice.
So that would be fun. So what are we going to have, like a little table there? Is maybe like 2 UNLPD, 2 LPD, 2 LSO, and then 2 State Patrol?
We see how much, if they ask about statutes or ordinances, we'd be all over it. But outside of that, we might just stare and be like, oh, man.
I'm not sure.
See, one thing that I have some friends that we used to do trivia, but we went to a place that did just contemporary trivia. And a lot of it was like just music. And I like music, but I am horrible at naming who is responsible for what song. So
I'd be right there with you.
Yeah, that was my thing. So I would just always look at the group, and I was like, Tina Turner. And that was just my go-to name every time. And they just got mad at me for a lot. But that's all I could come up with. So
there you go. So you got the QR code there that you can scan to find out more information and to get tickets. Reservations are ending October 22nd.
Yes, I believe so. That way we can get the food, and it comes with food. It's going to be catered, that kind of stuff. I believe you can get a bottle of wine for your table. I think there will be an open bar there. So if that's your forte, and then also probably the best thing is you're going to MC the night. So that's probably the just number one reason to be there.
I'm still waiting for Jared to kind of get me. There's still a month left to go, but to get me some of the trivia, maybe questions and material.
Right.
So I can
it's
start
probably
prepping.
top secret, so he might not want to leak that stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
So, but yeah, no, it should be a ton of fun. Again, November 7th. And again, obviously for a great cause again, supporting Crime Stoppers, which again, we've talked about before. If you end up on Crime Stoppers, it's 50-50 whether we're going to find you.
We're probably going to find you pretty quick.
That's a really good.
When we
rate.
scroll through or our officers are on it, it's just very interesting to scroll down and see how many suspect identifieds pop up as they're up there. So that's what we're hoping to do with our 2 new cases. So if you know who they are, or you don't even have to know them, but if you know maybe where they live or you've seen that person before and you're like, hey, I think they are in this apartment complex over here, give us a buzz. We'll do some extra work that maybe you don't have to, and then we can identify these people and get the items returned to the rightful owners.
And then get you a little cash along the way.
There you go.
The Crime
Absolutely.
Stoppers reward. So, all right. Well, Captain Pembleton, we appreciate your time as always. We'll look forward to seeing you again about a month.
There you go.
At that Crime Stoppers night. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching as always. Hope everyone has a nice Wednesday. We'll see you next time.